Welcome back, everybody. I'm Free to Play Games, your one-stop shop for games that you can play on a budget. The game that's going to be standing trial today is Deceit. Deceit is a first-person shooter based off of cooperation and deception between players. For those of you who are new to my channel, games are judged off of 5 different categories. Those categories are gameplay, graphics and art, audio, story, and replayability. Now that you're caught up, let's hop into the review, shall we? One last thing. If you like this video and you want to see more content like it, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Court is now in session.
First, I'm going to hop into gameplay. You have 2 modes to pick from whenever you go to play the game. The first one is casual, which is where you can play online with a bunch of random people, or you can play a LAN game, which is offline. You also have the option to watch a tutorial video, but no one does that. You can pick between 6 different characters. There's Cheng, Lisa, Alex, Nina, Hans, and Rachel. I prefer Cheng because I think his mohawk's pretty cool. Just so you know, if you pick a character, that does not necessarily guarantee that you will play as that character. It just gives you a higher chance of playing as that character. After you hit play, it may take a few seconds for them to find a game, but as soon as you do, you then get booted up into this loading screen where it shows everyone you're going to be playing with, their score, and their usernames. There are 4 different maps, but it's randomized, so you don't get to pick which map you play on. After the game finally loads up, it gives you a small cutscene, and then, in bold letters, it tells you whether or not you're innocent or infected. Now this is very important because it determines how you're going to play the game. Before I hop into how being innocent and being infected is different, I'm going to hop into how they're similar. The main premise of the game is that you go through 3 different zones. The phases in each of these zones is collect items, collect fuses, and leave before gas can kill you. If you're innocent, you're collecting items and you're watching out for people who are drinking blood bags, because once you're infected, you have to consume these blood bags that are precariously set around the map in order to turn into your terror form. There's multiple different terrors. There's 4 of them to be exact. 2 of them you can get for free, and 2 of them are a DLC that you have to pay for. Your goal as an infected is to make sure that none of the innocent can escape. The main thing you can do as an innocent player is you can go around and activate these levers. Once you activate the levers, that sends power to these puzzles. There's a couple different ones in the game. There's target practice, and then there's a weighted pressure plate, and whatever this is. There are a couple different items that are very useful in the games, like the torch, which allows you to blind terrors because shooting them with a gun doesn't necessarily do anything, unless if you have the shotgun. Collecting items is kind of the first phase you go through. The second phase you go through is blackout. During blackout, what you do is you collect fuses, you put those fuses into fuse boxes, and then that allows you access into the next area. After you've gone through these phases, and you've entered the 3rd zone, then you can finally escape the area. And just so you know, if you're innocent, you don't know who's infected, and you also don't know who else is innocent. Now, while the innocents are going around collecting items, picking up fuses, and putting them into fuse boxes, and overall trying not to die, what the infected are doing is they're going around pretending that they're innocent, trying to convince other people that they are innocent, or trying to tell other people that someone who is innocent is infected. And their main goal overall is to collect blood bags. After they consume a certain amount of blood bags, that allows them to enter terror form during blackout. Now what that does is it allows them to kill other players without having to vote them out. I know that was very complicated and a little bit convoluted, but honestly there's just so many small moving parts in this game that they don't really explain to you unless if you watch the tutorial video. Alright, now we're gonna hop into audio. This one's gonna be short and sweet, so don't even worry about it. So there's 1 song in the game, and it's on the title screen. There might be more, but the only one I heard was the one on the title screen, and it is pretty much just the same beat over and over again. I think there's a tiny bridge in the middle of the song. It's nothing revolutionary. That's pretty much it. That's all for audio. Next up, I'm going to hop into graphics and art. So the graphics and art aren't bad. There's nothing inherently wrong with them. I mean, there are a few glitches here and there, like knives popping out of the hand and hovering next to it. There is a definite difference between high quality and low quality. The problem with playing in high quality is that sometimes you get kicked from the game because you're lagging so much. So you pretty much have to stick in low quality. I do think the different maps that you enter are kind of cool and interesting. There are 4 different maps in the game. There's Dunning-Kruger Asylum, Darkwood Forest, Woundwort Barracks, and the Abandoned Mansion. I think my favorite has to be Darkwood Forest. A, because the game Darkwood and the book Darkwood are both very, very good. If you don't know what those are, I would recommend checking them out. And you can easily hide just by crouching, so you can just go around and if you're infected, drink blood bags without anyone noticing, or if you're innocent and people keep screaming about how you killed somebody even though you definitely did not kill anybody because you're innocent, then you can just hide. I love it. 10 out of 10. But honestly, there's nothing extremely impressive about the environments either. I think my biggest complaint about the graphics is that once you hit the dark out mode, then it's too dark to see. And not in that, like, horror movie, oh, it's dark. It's like, I can't see, and it's really hard to find the exit because I'm blind. And I have my monitor brightness all the way up, my in-game brightness all the way up. How can I not see anything? The last thing I want to say is that the blood bags look really out of place in this game. They're bright, glowing blood bags, and also these terrors that are, like, sitting in wheelchairs around the map are so cheesy. It is extremely cheesy. This whole game is very cheesy. If you're not into that, don't play it. But if you would like to play it, link will be in the description below. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. I also play this game a lot on my Twitch channel. If you want to come play with me, my Twitch link will also be in the description below. Next, I'm going to hop into story. This section shouldn't be too long because there's not really much story, and if there is, it's very convoluted, and I don't understand most of it. So the surface level story that we have, oh yes, this game is apparently very deep, is you wake up in one of these 4 maps, and you don't know where you are, and that's kind of it. There's a person on the intercom who randomly makes snarky remarks. I'm pretty sure this is the character called the Game Master. He shows up on some of the loading screens. He's the person with the white bunny mask, I think. I don't really know much about him. Don't know who he is. There are diary pages that you can pick up randomly throughout the maps. Some of them kind of add to the story. Some of them just seem really irrelevant. I don't really understand it. Granted, I don't think the story is a major part of this game. But if you would like to figure out what the diary pages say for themselves, because I don't necessarily want to spoil it for you, because it is a collectible item in the game, I would recommend playing it for yourself. That's pretty much all I have for story. There's not much there. Last but not least, replayability. Is this game replayable? Yes. Yes, it is. It's a multiplayer first-person shooter that's not story-based. It is definitely replayable. And you can play with your friends, which definitely adds to the replayability of it. Go play this game for yourself, and let me know in the comments below what you think.
Hello people of the jury. The game that will be standing trial today is Deceit. Can the defendant please come to the stand?
Thank you for having me. I don't have much time, so we better make this quick.
Alright then, let's just start with the most basic question then. What makes your game good?
My game is all about trust. It tests the limits of how far you will go to trust a stranger, or even a friend. My game will challenge your morals and make you question your own sanity.
I don't necessarily see why that is a good thing, but I do just want to bring up how many players don't know how to play the game. Yes, they can go watch a tutorial, but the amount of time it takes to get the hang of the game is absurd.
That is definitely a good point, you see. I am sorry, but it seems my time here is up. I hope you enjoy the gift I left for you.
What? What gift? Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to tap that like button. And if you would like to see more like it, hit subscribe.